Hello guys! So ngayon meron tayong mahalagang pag-uusapan tungkol sa pamilya, pag-ibig, pangarap. Dito sa Barangay LS. So ano bang meron sa atin ngayon today, Nanay?
So today, we are going to talk about our plans to being a family of 3, of being one and done. So we're here at Starbucks and currently having a mukbang. We have sticky cinnamon. We have some apples that tatay misread. Akala niya pineapple slices, pero apple slices pala. We have honeydew slices and we have watermelon slices. And as we are chilling here in Starbucks or at Starbucks, we're going to talk about
Biggest decision.
one of the biggest decisions that we have made recently about being parents and having this journey. And if you know us, we've been very open and we share a lot of things online to our friends. And I guess this is one of the things that we want to share with you guys, which is we are planning to be officially be one and done. So that means having only one child and only 3 of us in the family. And before you come at us, we actually do have reasons. There are people already saying that
Ang bilis nyo naman magdesisyon.
before you come at us saying na, oh, you will regret it, you will definitely miss mag-alaga, or oh, Levi will be lonely because he will be alone. We have thought this long enough to really consider it and be wholeheartedly ready for this decision. So we have a couple of reasons, right? So one of the main reasons why we decided to be one and done is because of the financial aspect.
So syempre as parents, meron lang isang anak ngayon. Usually kasi di ba, Nay, hindi na pag-uusapan lagi yung financial part ng having a family or having a child. So, siguro ito, kunin natin tong chance na to para i-share kung gaano ba kalaking financial responsibility ang magkaroon ng anak. Like, whole bunch of bills will pile up. At talagang malaking adjustment siya sa mag-asawa. So, hindi dahil gusto namin tipirin si Levi, kung hindi gusto namin ibigay yung best sa kanya. At syempre, isa sa mga kino-consider namin lagi is yung financial capacity namin mag-asawa.
For the past year that had come, that's one thing na alam nating hindi natin makokontrol. Whatever might happen that will involve the financial aspect of things, I think that's one thing na hindi tayo super confident na may mahuhugot tayo na ganun kalaki just in case something happens. So now that we have spent a year in this parenthood, we realize na ang laking bagay kapag kayo ay financially secured or ready. And with the kind of job that we have, I think it's safe to say na we can only accommodate one if we really truly wanted to give him quality of everything that he needs. That includes education, healthcare, lalaki pa siya, lalaki pa siya, he will have hobbies, he will have interests, and we want to be able to support that. And if we are ready to do that, we have to consider the financial aspect of things. So that's one thing, financial. I think we can only do our best financially if we only have one to focus on. So yeah, that's why we're one and done. Another reason is siguro we want to be an intentional and present parents. That means since we both have jobs, and we're both working full-time in our jobs, and at the same time, I have part-time job then. We have limited hours to be with Levi, and if we want to be intentional and present to him, we can only do that by giving all of our extra time for him. And we really want to be there for every milestone, every achievement that he has, every growth, every development, and our full attention. If we will be one and done, our full attention will be on him lang. So that's how much we love him, for us to consider that we only have eyes for him. So I'm sure naman that the love will not diminish if you have multiple children, but the attention might, be sacrificed kasi nga you have to tend to a lot of kids at the same time. And I mean, we love Levi so much that we want to only give him our full attention right now. That's what we're leaning into, being present and intentional parents, and that will be controlled or possible if we only have Levi to tend to.
Siyempre, as first-time parent, na-witness ko kung gaano ka-effort talaga sa lahat ng bagay, lahat gusto natin maging perfect. Gusto natin maganda yung experience for Levi, syempre maganda experience for us. Kasi lahat sabay nating hinaharap ng isang unang beses pa lang as parents, as si Levi, as baby dito sa mundong to. So, parang iniisip ko, magiging ganito ba tayo pag sa pangalawa? Di ba sabi ko nga sa'yo, siguro pang-baby lang tayo ng pangalawa kapag, yun nga, stable na tayo, like, may mas-sacrifice kasi talaga eh. Sabi ko nga kay Ga, tinanong ko siya kung kontento ka na ba sa kung anong meron tayo. And she confidently say yes. At sabi ko, kung ito na yung buhay na pinangarap namin, si Levi yung pinagdasal namin, I mean magkaroon ng baby at we currently living our dream. So, sapat na si Levi eh. For us. At alam kong ibibigay natin at magiging present tayo sa lahat ng bagay sa kanya. Sa ano man yung pagdadaanan niya, syempre, yun nga, katulad ng sabi mo, sa mga hobbies niya na magkakaroon siya, i-expose natin siya. At feeling ko kapag isa lang siya, we could give the best na pwede niyang ma-experience sa cruel world na meron tayo ngayon.
And I think after a year of being a parent, makakapag self-check or self-assess if ano yung epekto sa'yo ng parenthood. And I think one thing that I have realized is how important your mental capacity to raise a child is. They will borrow their nervous system from you nga, diba, sabi nila. And if you don't have like the mental capacity, nervous system, the one that is essential to raise a child, it would be very difficult to raise more. Kasi if you're like overwhelmed with one already, I know that parenthood is not all rainbows and butterflies. There are good things and difficulties to it. Pero one thing is for sure, you have to have like the mental strength to raise one. And assessing myself, I think I won't be my 100% if marami. So, what I'm saying is, I know that some moms are able to do it. We're moms, we're super people. But in my opinion, according to how I assessed myself during this year of parenthood, I think one for me is enough. And that one is going to maximize or optimize the nurturing that I can give to my baby.
Pero don't get us wrong, wala kami issue sa mga couples na nag-decide na magkaroon ng mas maraming anak. Grabe, parang kami nga ito sa 1 year na naging parents kami. Ang dami kasing hindi na pag-uusapan vocally sa kung gaano kahirap maging parents. Kaya sobrang saludo ko dun sa mga magulang na mayroong 2, 3, 4, 5 na anak. Lagi kami nag-uusap at nagtatanong sa isa't isa, paano nila nakakaya? Paano nila nakakaya financially? Paano nila nakakaya physically? Paano nila nakakaya emotionally? Kasi kami, na very present parent, very intentional parent kay Levi, hindi ko ma-imagine na i-redo ulit to sa isa pang child. At ang pinaka-ayoko kasi talaga dito na mangyari is may masacrifice. Una, may masacrifice sa attention and quality of life na pwede nating ibigay kay Levi. Pangalawa, may masacrifice sa sarili natin. Kasi kaming dalawa as parents, hati pa kami sa responsibilidad. Like, tulungan talaga. What more pa yung iba na talagang puro nanay lang or working yung isa tapos focus yung isa sa bata or sa pag-aalaga.
I think that leads us to the third reason why we want to be one and done. It's because we choose, again, quality of life over survival. Because sa state pa nga lang namin, nakakapag-travel tayo, nakakapaglabas-labas tayo, pero we still think that we are still in the survival, headspace. Kasi parenthood is indeed survival, pero we don't want our life to be just survival na lang. We want to cherish individually our lives as parents for the sake of Levi then. So, we want to give everything of quality to Levi, and we want to be able to live our lives as well. Na, we're still able to do things that we love to do even before Levi came. Although a lot of parents say, diba, that when you already have a child, your life is going to change. Well, that is totally true, pero some of the things, we realize na hindi namin kayang baguhin. Like, magiging maarte. Sabi nila kapag pag parent ka na, hindi ka na maarte, hindi ka na aesthetic, hindi ka na makakapag-travel masyado. Pero we realize na parang natin siya eh. Parang pagkatao na natin yun.
Part na siya ng...
Yeah, and that's something na I dread to sacrifice. I don't want to live, as an individual, I don't want to live day by day just for the sake of surviving and thriving. I want to be able to, have something to look forward to. I want to be able to cherish every moment. Hindi naman lahat, as I've said, rainbows and butterflies, pero we want to be able to magkaroon ng life outside of parenthood din. And I know that it's a privilege, it's a luxury to do that. That's why we decided to become one and done. Still able to have that luxury of, choosing what things we can control. And we don't want to be in a position kumbaga parang thriving ka na lang in survival. And while we still have the luxury to choose what kind of life we want to lead into, we choose being one and done.
Pag-usapan natin yung quality to give them an idea din. Siyempre sa mga kapwa namin parents, alam na to. So sa mga natin dyan, viewers na magde-decide mag-anak. Siyempre, alam mo, yan, sa mga students natin na magde-decide dyan mag-anak. Kasi ang hirap talaga magpalaki ng bata. Like, pag sinabi natin quality life, ano ba yung pwede nating ibigay at i-offer dun sa magiging anak natin? Like, we are actually doing it with Levi. Na pag sinabi natin quality life, we are able to get health insurance for Levi, which costs a lot.
It's not cheap.
Yeah, it's not cheap. Ka-presyo siya ng isa naming bonus or ng 13th month pay namin.
Especially with the healthcare system here in the Philippines. You don't want your child to be lining up in public hospitals just to get checked, because everyone knows it's really hard to use public or government-owned facilities. Yeah. It's really hard.
Next after healthcare is yung vaccines niya. Kasi hindi lahat ng vaccines, for the information of everybody, ay libre. May mga vaccine na sobrang mahal. Like 3,000 per vaccine, tas 3 times mo siyang ituturo. At iba pa, meron pa tayong mga vaccine na hindi kasama o hindi libre sa health center. So, imagine kung grabe yung bigat nung financial burden sa parents kung hindi ka ready.
One is when he gets older, of course he won't be a baby forever, right? So, we're already thinking futuristic. We're already thinking about what kind of quality education we should give him. We're both teachers in a public high school, and we know how it goes down in a public high school.
No offense to Department of Education at sa aming mga kapwa public school teacher, pero
it's different talaga. The quality of education and the environment is totally different in a public high school. And if we are parents, we always want the best for our child, right? And quality education is not cheap, to be honest, especially here in the Philippines. So that's also one thing that we consider. If we want to give him quality education, we have to accept the fact that we have to pay more. And again, that's financial, being financially ready for that. And that won't happen if we have multiple children, if we have this job, both of us have this job.
Tsaka siguro para yung pagdating kasi sa atin ni Levi ay talagang pinagdasal at pinaghandaan talaga natin from the beginning until ngayon. At talagang to give you an idea, talagang kami kahit far from the future pa, naghanap na kami ng school for Levi, nagtitingin-tingin na kami kung magkano, kung ano ba yung mga gagastusin namin in the future pa.
And I think that's how it should be, as a parent. Hindi ka lang dapat spur of the moment kind of thing to make decisions. I think it's really important that you see yourself as a parent 5-10 years or even in a longer run. And also, yung being parent, as I've said, hindi lang siya yung gusto kong mag-alaga and everything. It's a very, very massive responsibility, and you are going to shape your child's future, what kind of person he is going to be. And it all boils down to the fact na you have to choose what's best for him in the environment, etc. Kaya, as I've said, it's a big responsibility.
Sa quality of life, bukod sa insurance, vaccines, education. Siyempre yung kumbaga 'di ba, tayong mga trentahin, sabihin na hinihil natin yung inner child natin and everything. Siguro gusto namin pa-experience kay Levi yung best childhood na pwede namin i-offer sa kanya through experiences. Kasi kami hindi naman kami sa material things, more on kaya we love traveling kasi iba yung nabibigay niya sa amin na peace of mind, na relaxation, at gusto namin i-share yun kay Levi. So, that's part of having a quality life na he get to explore the world or the Philippines. At as bata, na ma-witness mo yun at very young age, hindi man niya maalala ang karamihan. Pero we will, di ba? At isa yun sabi ko nga sa kanya, ikaw pag lumaki ka at sinabi mo may hinihil ka ng inner child, di ba? Ganun yung meme ngayon eh. So,
we want to be the breakers of the chain, of the cycle.
Kasi kami parehas, hindi naman kami galing sa mayamang pamilya. Pero we get to experience things now na hindi namin na-experience dati. At ang sarap lang sa feeling na at the very young age ni Levi, napapa-experience namin yun sa kanya. At ayaw namin siyang idamay dun sa idea na nahihirapan kami.
We're actually really selfish to, bringing him out to this world, and imaginein mo with everything going on, especially here in the Philippines, climate change and all. It's really selfish to, bring a child into this world, and yun yung kapalit. Kumbaga, that's the barter that we're willing to give since we brought him out of this world, or out to this world rather. We're willing to give him everything of quality kasi ginusto namin eh.
And ayaw namin na maranasan niya yung survival mode katulad nung naranasan namin nung mga bata kami kasi hindi mahirap. Pero I think syempre hindi natin isasantabi yung fact na eto tayo ngayon dahil sa mga naranasan natin.
Yes.
Pero hindi naman ibig sabihin nun ay kailangan din maranasan ni Levi yun.
And I think these are the things na hindi na pag-uusapan. Kasi yung stigma about having only one child is, malungkot. Lulungkot siya, wala siyang magiging kalaro, or mas masaya kapag mas marami. For us, the pros outweigh the cons more. So if those are the cons, I think hindi pa rin natin maaatim na bigyan ng maging survival na lang. So
having said that, ako kasi confident ako na hindi magiging malungkot si Levi. Oo. Or hindi oo. Pero alam ko kung ano yung kaya kong ibigay kay Levi. At yung confidence na to ay nahugot ko at sasabi ko ngayon kasi alam kong at this very moment, kaya nating ibigay yung best sa kanya. Kasi nga, mag-isa pa lang siya. So, ayokong masacrifice yung idea na pagka nagkaroon siya ng kapatid, yes, masaya. Masaya naman talaga may kapatid. Ako, 4 kami magkakapatid. Kayo?
4.
Oo, 4 din sila. Masaya naman kayo. Pero kasi, babalik tayo ulit doon sa quality ng buhay na may bibigay namin sa'yo, Levi. So, everything na pinagdedesisyon na namin ng nanay mo ay it's always for you. At hindi lang for you, syempre, for us. Kasi kami yung magiging kaagapay mo At alam kong darating yung time na mapapanood mo to at magigets mo bakit mag-isa ka lang anak. Pero hindi ibig sabihin nun, giging malungkot ka. Kasi gagawin namin lahat ng nanay mo para maging happy ang iyong life.
So this is a little podcasts about parents being self-aware and choosing to be one and done because our generation is different now. We're more self-aware, we are more responsible, and we want to be the best parents so we can be. And we are only able to do that if we are the best version of ourselves. And that's one thing about parenthood. They say it's always about sacrifices, about burning yourself for the sake of your child. And it's really important that as much as you can to make proper decisions because it doesn't always mean na pag marami yung anak or malaki yung pamilya, masaya. So it's all about the quality of life, it's about connection, it's about relationship.
Yes, ang ganda niya.
And that's one thing that I have learned from my past experience, and it's something that I want Levi to to experience. And as parents, we have the full control about that. And that's why we choose to be one and done. So for our students, we're not encouraging you, or for younger people, we're not encouraging you to be one and done as well. But we are encouraging you to think critically, to analyze things, to get to know yourself more before engaging into something of really, really big responsibility, so that you'll be able to make decisions as well, and you will still have the luxury to make a decision. Kasi in some cases,
Wala na silang
wala
choice.
silang choice but to survive. And that's something that we always talk about. If you are like self-aware, you won't be able to make bad decisions because you are self-aware. And we're not imposing our belief to anyone. We're not forcing them to be one and done as well, or to think na, oh, this is better, this is etc. This is what we think is going to work for us. And that's because we know ourselves as in an individual, as parents. The very reason we have this like mini podcast is, again, to be self-aware. And I think for young couples is to communicate. One thing kasi na most young couples or people, any couple of any age they don't have like the communication to agree on one thing. It's important that you have a vision in your family. It's important that you have a goal in your family.
Wow. Ganda no, nanay.
In an effort to be officially one and done, because hindi naman natin pwede sabing one and done tapos bigla pala nabuntis si nanay. So in an effort to be one and done, tatay is the one who's going to sacrifice himself to the gods. Charot. For the next video that we will be doing is we're going to give you an idea about the step-by-steps of having a vasectomy procedure, and we're going to share with you the process and the effects of it, and just going to, fight the stigma na scary ang vasectomy, although we don't know if you're scared or not, but at least giving awareness,
Scary kayo.
giving awareness to people, especially men or husbands or fathers, na meron pala for men to do vasectomy, and it's actually libre. So we're going to share a lot of details about that in our next video. So we'll see you in the next one.
See you!